So, when I started trading, I honestly thought my biggest challenge was finding the right strategy. But after being funded with a 5S since October 2025, I've actually realized that getting funded is one thing, but staying funded is completely different. Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time chancing on my video, you're warmly welcome. I've been documenting my trading journey here on this channel, focusing mainly on my consistency, discipline, and keeping things very, very simple. And to those who have been watching me for all this while, thank you very much and welcome back. All right, let's get started. I have definitely had some winning days, losing days, periods where I felt completely confident, and other periods where I questioned everything. And you know something, somewhere along the line, I started realizing that my results weren't always determined by how good my strategy was. Over the past 10 months, I've actually learned that the edge that people talk about isn't the strategy, it is actually the person who is executing it. It mainly depends on your personality, your resilience, your self-control, your patience, emotional intelligence, you name it. I believe that is actually your trading edge. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all, because having a profitable strategy is very, very important. But over time, you will see the strategy's real profitability through your actions. All right, let's consider this example. Let's give two traders, Trader A and Trader B, the exact same strategy, the same market, entry, stop loss, and take profit. We would realize that one trader can stick to the plan and trade accordingly, but the other one will just move the stop loss, they will take their profits too early, they will skip the next trade after a loss, they can also increase their size after a win, and start looking for other setups when they are bored. And I know that this is a very familiar thing with most of us. But someone would also say that Trader B is just not disciplined. And right, that's a fair statement, okay? But then you have to also consider that most of us find ourselves in this kind of situation. I have learned that becoming a better trader doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be emotionless. Trust me when I say this, you'll be triggered. You'll be very, very triggered when the trade is very close to your take profit and completely reverses. You know that emotion you feel when something like that happens? It's not the easiest of feelings, but it happens. And sometimes when your trade goes to your stop loss, it just quickly stops you out and then moves straight to your TP. And there are also instances where, because you have a level marked out, you're waiting for price to get to that level and then you get in, but then it doesn't get to that point. You know that feeling where it's like you have this strong fear of missing out. All these emotions, they come into play. So yes, you feel the emotions, and this would increase when you start to trade bigger numbers, So what am I trying to say here? All I'm trying to say is that we can have the best strategy in the world, but in the end, our profitability comes down to us. Remember, I said you are your edge. And of course, a very good risk management system is very important. When we understand these two things, it's going to go a very long way to help us in our trading journey. So, what can we do practically to help us mitigate some of these emotions? For me, what has helped is setting and forgetting. That is, I just place my trade, I set my stop loss, my TP, walk away, and then come back at the end of my trading session to see what happened. But I know that with some of you, your trading strategy might not allow you to do this. So just look for something that makes it harder for you to lose your edge. Because in the long run, if we don't do this, we'll be stuck in this cycle of unprofitability. In conclusion, I think one of the biggest questions we need to ask ourselves as traders as we walk away from this video is that what can we do to improve our edge? Because eventually, you realize that the market doesn't need a better version of your strategy. It just needs a better version of you. So think about it until you actually get the answer. And remember, your strategy might be your tool, but a trader is the edge. Alright, I hope you've learned a thing or two from this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. All the best and have a great day.